What's up, guys? Look here with Faltacunlimited. It's freaking cold. So it's supposed to hit -11 pretty soon, and I'm not ready. But fire's going, presses are on. I've already made a few holsters tonight, and I've got some new stuff for this bench coming, which again you'll see that soon. I'm gonna set it all up. But we are doing one freaking massive holster, and I figured you guys want to see how I prep this, because I mean, I want to see how I prep it so I could go back on the video and see how to do this. But imagine a Mark 23 with an X300. This thing is huge. So we're gonna make a outside the waistband QLS with the Spets Gear Gen 2, but here's the problem. The blocking I normally use reaches to like here. Not gonna work. So, and I've already did a Home Depot trip today, and the closest Home Depot is a half-hour away, so I'm not wasting an hour and a half going out there and doing, getting that stuff. So I looked around my shop and I found a piece of aluminum square tubing. As you can see, or as you saw, I'm cutting it, and I made these pieces right here. Now this is very thin stuff. It is kind of flexible, but I'm going to block underneath it to stop that flex. So hopefully everything goes to plan, because like I said, I'm not going out to Home Depot. I can find some thick steel around here, but that's going to take some time to cut. So this is what we have. So let's just go ahead and get this going. So also, huge shout out to this customer. I'm not sure if he's watching this or not, but he had to send me this mount right here. I thought I had the correct mounting stuff for the HKs. Turns out the Mark 23, who knew, was a completely different animal. So this particular GG&G, it actually bolts to the trigger guard. So I actually, when I first got this mold, I realized, I was like, wow, what's that circle there? Well, after doing a little bit of research, this bolt, or this rail adapter, the HK rail adapter, goes and bolts right to the trigger guard, and it doesn't protrude out. So I had to drill it, and luckily it was easy enough to tap with the screw anyway. So that's how this is on. In YouTube, this is a blue gun. It is completely fake and stuff, so don't give me a strike, because you guys like to do that. But anyways, Mark 23 outside the waistband in multicam, and luckily I have a sheet just big enough that will fit this. So let's get this monster blocked and out the door. I'm really looking forward to it. And let's bring back summertime, because this sucks. So I put down 2 layers of tape on the mount, because I don't want to scratch it up with metal blocking. I don't care about my flashlight, because I bought this flashlight. Nothing on this side to worry about blocking wise, except for, right here, but that's going to be covered anyway. And this right here, that's going to be lifted up. The QLS is going here. So we're going to have, actually we'll do this one. Now this is the thicker one, I like that one. That'll be there, and because this is a hammer fired, this is going to have to be set back just a little bit. So on top of the blocking for all this, we're going to have to block and bump this up and just make sure we have enough room to clear the hammer. So I'm not really too worried about that. And then also another thing we got to do is we have to get the sight channel in, but we're going to work on this first, because I don't think I made a sight channel for this particular setup yet. But in all technicality, it's going to go to about here. So as long as I have something. Oh, look at that. Perfect. So I'll do that and lift it up, and that's about as good as it's going to work, because that's the longest one I have here. So anyways, yeah, let's get this going. Five layers. So these are the light widgets that I had made. And these are just long enough, so we're gonna have to cut it just right to get that out of there. But I am gonna have some of these in the near future, so just keep an eye out, and I will post a video when I have these available. Let's see here. So let's tape that in place. Now, so this doesn't bend down like it's gonna, we're gonna put stuff underneath it. So I'm just trying to gauge right there, and then I'm gonna take some of this computer board scrap and pretty much I'm gonna place that under it. I'm gonna take this tape off and see. Actually, it's gonna be pretty much. Okay, so those are too long. All right. Now this is just so the blocking doesn't get squished down, and that's perfect right there. All right, so that means for this I'll need 3 as well. But let's look at this, see what this is gonna do. Oh yeah, 3 is perfect. But that one I should be able to. Nope. So 1, 2, 3. You could also glue them together or whatever you want. If you don't have these, you can use popsicle sticks. Anything that will get in there. Alright. So that's pretty good as it sits. And this is just so it doesn't go anywhere. Alright, so let's see this. Oh yeah. There we go. I like that. All right, and so let's be about right there. Pushes down a little bit, so I'm going to add one more, probably right there. See what that does. Money. So it's going to balance off the flashlight as well. Oop. And it covers selector switch. Line that up at the top. Oh, it's so beautiful. And that's all we need on this side. I actually have it so there's going to be a little dimple right there, and that's going to add a little bit of retention right there. And then the bezel. With the bezel, most likely going to have to heat it up. I usually put like 5 or 6 layers of tape right there, but I found it cleaner if I just warm it up and work it in or out. So, but let's move to the other side. Now the other side definitely has to be a little bit stronger because we're going to have the QLS blocking on it. And it's going to cover all this stuff too because we have to build up off of that. And this is for this side. And I got to clean. That's all the glue that's on these when you buy them. Good enough for government work. Okay, so it was 3 and then 4. So let's get 3 small pieces. Bottom piece, of course, is too large. Now, this is my first time doing this one, so we're all in the learning phase with this one. Here we go. Actually, this side is like 3 is too much. Could have been the amount of layers of tape too. Plus, the epoxy is different on this side. Oh yeah, okay, so there's that. Alright, so let's go. Let's put that right in there. Those are too long. That's good. That's good. That's good. Actually, I believe I'm still going to need one more, so that's going to fit right there. Right, and same thing. Going right there, and see, pushes down, so we're going to add that one to jump it, which will be that one right there. Then we're going to line that up. Oh yeah. This thing is massive. Right, so now I'm gonna get this guy on. And gonna have to tape a piece in the middle. There's that. This on there healthy. Right, and let's see here. So we're gonna have to block all this up right here as well, and we have to get this guy on, and we'll have to get that on. Well, not that one, but where is it? There it is. And that's gonna go right here, and we're gonna block that up so it's sitting right there. It's gonna be, like I said, one thick guy. So put this on here. It doesn't hurt to put another plate underneath that, and I can mount directly to that. There we go. So put that right there, which means blocking underneath that is warranted. Let's get that taped on. Something underneath. There we go. And that's just gonna keep blocking in. Beautiful. All right. And last but not least, we gotta mount this. Oh, and we'll need that so this can come out. Let's see here. We'll need that. And you. All right, so knowing where the controls are, as you can see, they're right here, and they go down, so this is all pretty much fair game right here. hammer back. Generally, I've learned that this nub halfway to the starting point will give you more than enough clearance, and it looks like plenty right there. So we're going to mount this right here, just right there, and that's going to involve a piece of blocking under that, but something that will work. There we go. And I'm going to leave that nub sticking out because, believe it or not, that nub adds rigidity to the holster, which is fantastic. So it allows with flex. But this is going to have that plate on it anyway. Make sure it clears the top, and it will. Yeah, this is one big boy. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with the HK Mark 23, each one of these is 1 inch. So, to put it that way, overall length is about 10 1/4 from flashlight to hammer. That's big. That's a big boy. Alright, so now we're going to need roughly there. And we'll see what we need to hold that up. And it's probably nope, too big. That fit good. Yep, we'll put that right there. Actually, what we'll do is we'll stick it back just a little bit. Here we go. Right there looks better. And I believe this is going down to Texas. I have to look at the order. But like I said, luckily I have just enough multicam. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and make the retention plate that we're going to need. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw it in the press, and hopefully everything comes out perfect. And so you see, here's the multicam. And I'm going to do this right here. So we're good from side to side. So retention, center point, retention should be just enough. I'd feel a little bit more comfortable if we had a little bit more material, but this is how it's gonna have to be for now, so let's do it. All right, it's out of the press, and I'm not gonna lie, I was super nervous, and just by looking at it, it came out awesome. So I know you can't see it because it's camo, but bada bing, that was totally worth the time it took me to make this blocking. That is perfect. And then obviously supporting the blocking underneath it, no dips, no nothing, and that is freaking beautiful. So let's cut it apart. Whew, this is a biggin', that's for sure. So we'll just line it up. That's where we'll get a good purchase, and the trigger guard is. Move that out of the way, and then going to make it fancy. Probably gonna follow that body line right there, even though there's that much slide exposed. And we're gonna have to do that on the back side. Cut right there. So we'll cut it down, and only because of this, because I usually... Oh, actually, perfect. Alright, and then we'll come down, go straight. Here, we'll go a little bit more. Either that or come up. I like that one better. Alright, and retention's right here, so we're going to make sure there's at least one point right there. And I like to grab my drill guides. Set that up like so. Drill, drill, cut, gaga. And as you can see, I went ahead, drilled, cut, sanded, put everything to pretty much its final shape form, and I went ahead and I went and built this gusset. So now what I'm going to do is unfold it with a strip heater, which is just gently heating the sight channel, opening it up to a 90. I'm going to set the eyelets in this, and then I'm going to go ahead and fold over the gun again. And then from there, it's just install everything. And we're going to have to add a little bit right here, as in heat it up just a little bit and work the gun in and out, because it is way too tight right here. No big deal. I was fully expecting that. But I'm going to get that in and then add some hardware. And this is going to Texas. What I mean by that is this is what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and redo or reheat up in here, fold over it, and there is our added holster. You can see I got the gusset in there. This sucker, and it's not bending. So I'm going to go ahead and while it's out, I'm just going to go ahead and zap these right here with the Dremel bits. Which one? There we go. Or not the Dremel bit. The countersink. That way, cleans our holes, and we are all set. So, I'm going to go ahead and fold it, and let's add the hardware and get it out of here. And we are ready. I just went and shaved that down slightly, added some lube in there, and that is now ready to go. I went ahead and grabbed all the hardware we need, plus adding the thread locker to all this right here. So, I'm going to go ahead and throw in these guys right here. Now, the thickness, this holster is actually 0.093, so it is thick, and then that's 0.08, so it's got some stiffness to it, which is hella nice. So let's get this in. My magnetic tip is no longer magnetic. All right. Might swap those out for longer screws. And like I said, I guarantee that's going to be too tight right there. Oh yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up so this works perfectly. And like I said, what I do is generally on the X300s, I'll put tape on the bezel, but I didn't on this one. So right here, I just heat it up gently, not to deform it or anything like that, but enough to where it's pliable. So just a little heat right there and heat right there. And now we have a smooth in and out holster. So we can go ahead and add everything else. And not to mention there's still room to go. And I forgot some hardware. Alright, these are 1/2-inch threaded posts. They do not come with the Spets gear. I add my own because I do not like the size of the ones it comes with. Throw these in here. Not stupid tight. Alright, we'll throw this in. And I'm going to line it up with this right here. So right there, mark it with your pencil. And then drill that. Clean the inside, and then we'll throw that on there. So I'd like to kind of remold that, square it up just like that. And we will change the bit over. QLS fork on. Straighten it. And then tighten it down. And there we are, a massive, massive holster for the Mark 23. What a beautiful sight. Again, thank you guys for watching this episode. This holster took me a lot longer to get the blocking ready for it because I had to make everything from scratch. Luckily, I had a couple pieces that were able to be used, but this thing came out absolutely beautiful. I mean, look how straight that blocking ended up. And it should accept both A and B lights, and that's just awesome. So, but it's finally 60 degrees in the shop, and I have, I don't know, 5 or 6 more orders I'm going to do for tonight. It's almost 9 o'clock at night, so I'm going to get this video uploaded, move on to the next one, and work on this over here. So I appreciate all you guys watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, share. Let me know what you want to see, and a huge shout out to Holstersmith and KnifeKits.com for providing everything you see in this video, and again to the customer for providing me with the light mount, because I wouldn't be able to do it without that. So huge thank you to him. It's going to go back to him obviously when I ship this holster out, which will be tomorrow. So thanks again. See you later. Love you. Bye.